It's William.
And Robin.
How do you know you're in Canada, Robin?
Because the sun is shining! I'm wearing sunglasses.
Oh my God, and I'm telling you, the weather, about what, 10 miles before we got to customs, just changed.
It was like a whole new world.
Whole new world.
We were still in Alaska.
Yeah, and it's just been...
But that little itty bitty piece of Alaska had sunshine.
Yeah, that little bit. And now we're in Canada, and the sun is shining. The temperature has changed 10 degrees. It just gives you a whole new lease on life, don't you?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it gave me energy. It makes me feel, I mean, I don't know. This is what the day is, folks. We're on the destination crappy road.
Yep.
And we got what? Another 4 hours of driving, plus I think we lost an hour of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get to our, where are we staying tonight?
We're staying at an apartment.
An apartment?
An apartment, yeah. Never done that before.
No, do you know where
So
at?
that's a new one. Ipex Valley, if I'm saying that right.
And that's before...
That's before White Horse.
Yeah, because we didn't really like White Horse, did we? I mean, we didn't like the
It
accommodations.
was crazy busy.
Yeah, and accommodations weren't that great. At least we couldn't find anything good, so...
No, everything was picked up for when you...
Yeah.
when you find a hotel the day of.
But now we're staying in an apartment, so...
An apartment, so that'll be interesting.
That'll be the first time we've ever done that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then tomorrow we're staying at the lodge the next day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Winchell Lake Lodge.
Overpriced lodge. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful there.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. They have the location and they have a nice setup there. But you pay for that beauty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or sleep in the Jeep.
We're sleeping in the Jeep. We haven't had to sleep on the Jeep yet. Here, knock on wood.
Start that yet.
Yeah, we haven't had to sleep in the Jeep, so that's a good thing. But, you know, we were talking about Alaska this morning. What was our favorite moments about Alaska this morning?
Gosh. Let's see. Seeing that eagle right down from our Airbnb was pretty cool.
Yeah, and for me to actually get a beautiful picture of it. Because a lot of times if we see something like that, it's gone.
Blurry or far away.
Blurry, too far away. And
Or nobody believes us because they didn't see it.
Yeah, so that was my best picture there, was the eagle. So that was great. That place that we stayed in there, that video will be coming out, or that video is actually out before this one does, but they'll see that place was awesome right there. Right on the coastline and everything right there. That was a beautiful, I did some drone footage, that was great. That was a good moment. The hike to the glacier was a good moment. I mean, we had to fight
We had
to
dodge raindrops and go where the sun was, if there was any sun to go. And sometimes it was like 4 hours just to find some sun.
Yeah, and then
So that was exhausting.
our bear family was really cool crossing the road.
Yeah,
I mean,
you scared me on that one.
I scared Robin because I yelled bear or something.
No, yeah, get the phone!
Get the camera, get the phone. But she freaked out because we missed the family going right in front of the vehicle. And
I
we
wasn't
stopped.
looking at the road. I was
And this was a busy road with a lot of people behind us, so I was worried about getting rear-ended at the same
Yeah,
time.
you almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, she freaked out. So she made a short and put the short out there.
And it was like slow motion because I saw the one that came across from us. I saw it on their hind legs, and I saw their arms up like this, like their paws up. But I saw it, but it was just like so, like, yeah.
Was
you
mom
startled the crap out of me.
Was mom in 3 cubs or mom in 4 cubs?
3 cubs.
3 cubs.
Yeah,
Mom
4
and 2 of them went across first. You kind of missed him because you scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, he did.
And then you got the picture of, and you missed him because he stood up
He did, and he was looking around.
to see if he could cross the road and see where his where's mom went, you know.
Yeah.
It was really cute, folks.
Yeah,
I wish I could have got it.
crap
And it's the
out of
one
me.
time I didn't have the GoPro on top of the vehicle. I mean, I wasn't, because the weather was crap. I just wasn't prepared at that time. So that was a good moment.
Yeah, that was fun.
But our Airbnb experience was an experience.
For sure. Yeah. They were all, if you put them all together, they'd probably be perfect.
Yeah, but we didn't have one that was perfect. If it had a perfect view, then
I would say our best one would be the one in Inolman.
Yeah.
In however you say that word.
But one thing we've learned is
That was our
they don't
favorite.
put king-size beds
Oh no.
in Airbnbs in Alaska.
No, I haven't found
You can
any.
find them in hotel rooms, and hotel rooms cost
I know,
more
I
than...
even searched for like $500 a night.
Yeah.
Just to see if they had a king, and there's none.
Yeah, so
You can get them in hotel rooms, but we couldn't find
that
them.
was kind of weird. So I slept in a lot of different beds by myself this trip.
Yeah, that would be a first.
That would be a first, but you know, and it was okay. I mean, even last night, we had a bed that we could sleep in together, but it was so
like
uncomfortable.
concrete.
And then the beds upstairs we like them soft. Robin's small, so you need a softer bed. Maybe I can go a little firmer, but you need a one that's a lot more softer. So last night I slept in this little single bed, and every time I moved, the bed would move across the floor. It kept waking her up. It was a crazy night. But the bed was comfortable. Yours was comfortable, wasn't it?
It was. I was able to sleep. Every time you moved, I heard you.
And that was the weirdest place we ever stayed at, because at 10 o'clock at night, I hear something on the back of the house.
Or like, is somebody here?
I thought it was an ant. No, I thought it was a bear trying to get in the back of the house.
That was crazy.
So I get up and go outside in the dark in my shorts and my hiking boots, and I see a truck, and I'm going, now what? So I walk out the building and go around the corner, and then
Not realizing the back of the cabin has like a laundry facility.
A laundry room, a facility
that we can't see.
For the employees to come and clean.
Yes.
So the other cabins that they clean, the laundry and everything, they do it behind the one we were staying in.
And we had no idea. It wasn't in the Airbnb description.
That was ridiculous, because it kind of...
So at 10 o'clock at night, they're doing laundry.
They're doing laundry at 10 o'clock.
You can hear the washing machine right from where we were
And
sitting.
if you were going to sleep in the main bed...
Yeah, you would not be able to.
You wouldn't be able to sleep. So that was the weirdest thing I ever seen, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
We've never heard of anything like that. So that was crazy.
You're praising a secluded cabin in the middle of 40 acres, and somebody's doing laundry at 10 o'clock at night.
And then we go, the one before that was absolutely brand new, absolutely beautiful. It's the one I complained about not having shades, where I felt like I was in a glass house. Well, we didn't realize that you could not leave the bathroom door open because it stunk so bad.
Yeah, that was
Literally, I would stick tissues up my nose to go in there and brush my teeth to go to bed at night.
It is a brand new place. I can't explain that one either.
I think this is Robin's torture for not bringing the fifth wheel.
I think the camper's taunting me.
The camper gave her shitty beds. We got smells that we've never smelled in our life, and these are facilities that are brand new.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I guess it's my karma. I don't know.
But,
sorry, camper, but you weren't coming along anyway.
Actually, folks, after doing this trip, you don't realize how far this drive is. Now, if you're going to spend months doing this, and you're going to take and drive 8 hours a day, pull over to one of these little park spots on the road somewhere and spend the night, you're fully contained, solar power, then this is a good experience, I think, because you're in no hurry.
Yeah.
You're not wasting a shitload of money. You're not driving all day. But this is a very long road trip.
Yep.
Me and Robin, we go on lots and lots of road trips. I've never heard her complain about her ass hurting. We have spent so much time in this vehicle, and it's crazy. I already need another oil change. We put, I know that we have put just this, not counting the first time and the turnaround and going back, that was 3,000 miles. We spent 3,000 miles doing that. But now, since we started this trip and did this trip, we have done 5,445 miles. We're what, at least 1,500 miles from home? At least?
Yeah, at least.
I'm guessing, but that's what I'm thinking. So 7,000, it means 10,000 miles we put on this trip. Then we have to get back and do so much stuff, get ready for a wedding, and then then drive to Florida.
Yep.
So we're putting on a lot of miles, but anybody that's going to do this Alaska trip, you've got to break it down where you're not trying to get all that stuff in a short period of time, and you're willing to put all those miles on everything you own. Now, everybody complains about the roads. We're on the worst. Actually, the worst part of the road is when you get into Alaska. That first 50 miles into Alaska is the worst we've had on this trip.
For us, we think.
And then when you get into Canada, it's pretty bad, for a little bit, and you got all the dips and the freeze things that they talk about, but nothing compared to what it was in Alaska. The worst part of the road, in my opinion, was Alaska so far on this trip.
I think so.
But they do.
But they are doing construction, so I'm sure that's part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure watching us a year from now, it's probably going to be different because the roads are.
And I'm sure the roads will be worse again in different areas next year. But one thing people don't tell you a lot. There is lots and lots of places to pull over and spend the night in your RV without spending any money.
True.
We see them everywhere. If you got
beautiful views.
Beautiful views, And a lot of times there's only one RV in that whole little area. So I think if you're bringing your RV, folks, that's the best thing to do. And I had no clue. I watched other videos. I would have never known that. So if I ever bring the RV now, I know that I'm going to have full solar package on it, where I don't need to on my generator. I carry my extra water tanks, and I know that I would stay in those places, and that's how I would do this trip. Yeah, I think we can survive it that way. But it's going to be, you know, 6,000-7,000 miles at, you know, 10 miles per gallon at $5. Yeah, and get me wrong, the last places that I don't know if the fuel prices have went up since we started this trip, but now diesel in Alaska is closer to $6 a gallon. Because I'm paying almost $5 for regular cheap gas. So it's
depending where you're going.
Yeah, we don't know if it's just different areas of Alaska that we've been now, or if prices have went up since we started this trip. So I mean, that's just a little breakdown on this, and I can tell you right now that what me and Robin have done, it's cost us between $200 and $250 a day to do this trip. That's paying for fuel and a place to stay, and we budgeted that place. And it would be cheaper when we stay like 3 or 4 days at one of these Airbnbs, because then it's like $600, and you spread that over 4 days, you got $150, and then we might use a tank of fuel the whole time we're exploring that area. So that brings it way down. But then like tomorrow night when we're staying at this hotel thing, that's $200 for one night, and then we have like $100 in fuel. That's why it breaks it down into that $250 a day, folks. And if you're bringing your RV, you're going to spend $100, $150 a day just in fuel. And if you don't stay in an RV parks, and you can stay in these little places on the side of the road, then you can trim that down. But at the end of the trip, you've got to put all of that expense and that wear and tear on that equipment. So I believe that we took the cheaper route.
For sure.
And I feel better knowing that
I have less gray hairs.
and I feel better knowing that our home is back in Colorado, all safe besides the hailstorm damage that it got this year.
Yeah.
Other than that, I know everything's working and everything's okay. Because I would hate to have that thing broken down here. I don't know what you would even find a place that could fix it. And could you imagine what the tow bill would be?
No.
It'd be like
but we did see one Riverstone, an older model, on our way here.
It would have been like a 2018 or 2019, just from what I've researched. And we've seen one Riverstone on this whole trip. So
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so
we've been looking.
But other than that, you know, just a little bit of a breakdown because we're getting towards the end of this. We might have some cool things come up in British Columbia. We're still trying to see if we can find a few more things to squeeze in before we got to make it to Colorado. We have to be back in Colorado on the 29th.
Yeah.
So we have to be there on the 28th because you got an appointment on the 29th.
Yes.
And today is what? The 12th.
Yes.
So we still have plenty of time if we find something cool. And if you're watching this video, folks, you got an idea of when this video came out. We made this video on the 12th, so it could be out within 5 or 6 days. Well, what do you think, Robin?
I think the view's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I mean, this trip, we have stayed every different thing you can imagine, right?
We have.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I gotta show you this place real quick. Yeah, before we get it too trash, but here's the bedroom. Like we said, another queen size bed, but you got a big bathroom and a nice shower area, so I think that that'll work just fine. But the view is what's worth it. Watch this as I start to come out of the bedroom. This is the view of the lake. You have 2 giant windows. I mean, this is...
So pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little sprinkle storm just kind of moved in here, right?
Right?
Just we were able to get everything in. That's why I waited. This one does have a TV, kind of small, but you know, great internet. Internet is awesome. But I mean, check this view out. And we could go out there and sit there on the deck if we wanted to. But you can't complain about this. And this was not much more than we paid for the hotel room
in Whitehorse.
Yeah, in Whitehorse,
I think it
and
was like less than $10.
that's the one that had no air conditioning, no
Right.
screens on the window. That was our worst place that we stayed on this trip. So,
Yeah.
so this is like
This is moving
we're
on.
moving on up. We're moving on up, folks.
It is so quiet.
And it's very quiet here, so we just had to show you this. So if you're thinking about these Airbnbs and you come through Alaska, I mean, this one is somebody's back of somebody's house, and it looks like they rent out like 3 of them on the lakeside here, and we were able to get this one, like 125, 130 or something.
It was 134. I think.
134. See,
Ish.
Robin's always right.
Something like that.
Ever-
No, it's my best guess.
That's your best guess. But we paid that much for that hotel. Paid more than that for that hotel room.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, we were really upset about that hotel room. It was 116 before the fees and everything.
No, it's all blurred.
And tax and all that. Because yeah, Robin, actually when we rented that hotel room, Robin started looking for another place and we couldn't find no other place to go because she didn't want to stay there. So, but just remember, if you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. If you like what we're doing on the channel, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back.